Hey guys, welcome back. Here's myself, Big Boss, and with me behind the controller is Momino5. How are you doing, man?
Good. How
All
are
right,
you doing, Big Boss?
very good. Very excited about this game. So go for it, man. Press V and take it there. So, man, this is the first game I've ever played.
Really?
Yes, and it has a cool story. Okay,
Okay.
um, perhaps about I was about perhaps about 5 years old. I was very, very young, about Hilo's age. Okay, my grandmother was a nurse, and she lived by her home. So after a long shift, she will come to the house and she will rest. Okay, now she will pay us, me and my sister, money to get gray hairs out of her head. Okay, so I'm just trying to convert things. She will give us like a penny per hair, per gray hair. Okay?
Mhm.
So me and my sister will start picking gray hairs out of grandmother's hair, and I will pick 25, which will equal a quarter, right? Now I will take that quarter to the next block where I live. There was a house, they had an arcade, and this is the game that they had, the Smurfs rescue to Gargamel's castle. Okay, now I was
Mhm.
very, as you can see, you got lives up there, and I was very young to know that there were lives and all that stuff. All I knew is that if you put a quarter into the machine, it will let you play until eventually it wouldn't let you play. But I didn't know why. There was only one joystick and one button. The button was just pretty much to start the game. Okay,
Mhm.
and I remember there was one time that uh, I went over there, I ran, and I got my quarter, and this the screen was black. And usually when you die, it kind of like the screen freezes, and you can see where the last person died. Okay, so whenever I got there, the TV was off, the screen was black. But I was very young. I was like 5 years old, and I figured, if I put the coin, it's gonna turn on, right? So I put the coin, I put my coin in, and nothing happened. So I went and knocked at the door, and I told the lady that the machine ate my coin, and she said, "I'm sorry, it's not working." So I left.
Mhm.
So like several weeks later, because I wasn't obsessed with this thing, but uh, grandmother came back again, and she will ask us to pull hairs again, and we did. And I went back, and same thing. The arcade was still there, screen was off, but just my trusting 5 year old with my 5 years of experience and trusting and everything, I just put my quarter again, and then the machine ate it again, right? So, lady, once again, I'm sorry, it's not working, and but she didn't give me my coin back or anything. So I turned around and I left, and as I'm walking out, I sat on the curve, and my 5 year old butt is there crying, man. I cried and cried and cried because I was never gonna see my blue friend again. Don't make me cry, Nini. So I was there crying, man. I was so sad. I was too young to understand what was going on. All I knew is that the screen was black and I was never gonna be able to play this thing again. Okay? So I thought about this game for a long time, dude. Believe me. I've played a lot of games since then, but I wasn't a big gamer until recently. So I thought about this game, man, and I was actually doing a lot of research trying to find it. I knew it was a Smurf game, and I finally ran across with it like a month ago, and I found it. It's for you can find it for the Atari 2600. And once I found it, technology is so awesome, and you did better. This is our second playthrough because the video messed up on the last one, but basically, okay. Well, it's my turn. That was Moment, by the way, and here I go. So basically,
Mhm.
uh, Man, I even forgot what I was talking about. I'm so excited. So I found this game finally, like a couple months ago, and I was so excited. But the reason why we're just now playing it is it was because I've been trying to get a way for us to record it. I wanted you to see it and experience it for the first time or second time by now, right? So um, technology is so great, and I had this on my smartphone, and I've been dying to play it. And I remember being there, sitting in my car, looking at it, and I was like, man, like I want to play so bad, but I wanted to wait until today for you and I to play it together. Um, Cause I thought was gonna see my blue friend again when I was kid, and I was and I was crying. This is the my first game, and the first game that made me cry, man. What would they make me cry? Now this is kind of funny. Uh, as I said, we used to pull hairs out of my grandmother's head. I'm sorry, gray hairs. But even though she was my grandmother, man, she didn't have a lot of gray hairs. Okay, so once again, she will give us about, let's say, just for the sake of this, a penny per hair, and she will count them. I mean, she will lay there on bed, and we pull once, and she'll count it, one, two, until we pull, in my case, 25, enough for a quarter, and I will show her the hairs, and she'll be like, oh, okay, good enough, and then she'll give me the coin. So since she didn't have a lot of gray hairs, and I was picking with my sister as well because we were both pulling gray hairs at the same time. Um, what I start doing is like, man, like I pull 15, and I was like, dude, I need 10 more. What am I gonna do now? So I did what anyone would have done. I start pulling black hairs from my grandmother's hair, and
True.
I will pull him, and she will feel him, so she will count it, but I will pull him behind the bed so she wouldn't see it. But she felt that I pulled it, and she'll count it, and then at the end I will just show her, the gray hairs, and she'll be like, okay, 25, and she'll give me 25, and a quarter, and then up I go to play my game. Best years of my life, man. So what do you think of this game, man?
I actually think it's pretty fun. Like for an Atari game, I mean, like I was expecting it to be really crappy, but it's actually fun. I like
It
it.
is really cool, right?
Mhm.
I know that most people like Pitfall and stuff like that, or that was some of their first games, and but to me it was this. Now, just oh man, I don't know what I was. I don't know what I thought was gonna happen. I don't know if you see there's like a orange bar on the top, so the orange bar will get smaller if you don't move. So why would they do that, dude? Ooh boy. So if you don't move, the bar starts getting smaller. So they're making you move. They need, they want you to move basically. Uh, so if you start playing this game and you sit still, you'll die. Because eventually that bar is gonna go down. Uh, oh man, here you go. Look at me go, man. Whoa. How did that happen? Yes. Man, and this game is a good representation of life. This is what life is. Uh, it gets faster and faster, harder and harder, until you die, man. No way around it. We're getting like bad luck with these things, and the one that we did a minute ago, he will only come in once, right?
Mhm.
And he's gonna come up here in a second just to kill me. Oh, look, we got the same score right now. Oh, yes, dude. I'm sorry, man. So I think I'm gonna. Oh no, I can't retire yet. Oh boy, no, dude. You can't do this to me. I have to make it to my baby. My baby needs me. No. Why do they do that? I need to go back. I mean, I don't need to go back. I need to go with my baby. Look, dude, we never gotten this much on this level. Oh, dude.
Swear.
Whatever, man. But I do remember that spider going really fast. Ah, I'll take the spider any day over the hawk. But anyways, we're like going through the woods and the cave to make it to Gargamel's castle. So I don't know if you noticed, but where Smurfette is actually a table. Oh, I knew he was gonna do that.
Wait for it.
You cannot do that to me. All right.
Same score.
Yeah, last time. Well, let me make it to the Smurfette one last time, man. But I think I guessed it. But what was the first game that you play, man?
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds for the PSP, right? That's what I thought. I remember I was playing Angry Birds on my PSP. It was one of the PSP minis, and I got stuck into a level and I couldn't pass it. And then I just hand you over the PSP, and you cleared the level. And I was like, how do you do it? But you've seen how Hilo plays, right? And it's kind of like, how is he doing it?
Like this Super Mario Bros. I'm just like, boy.
Yeah, exactly. So we probably need to play your Angry Birds just for the, one day, one time. So this was my first video game. I hope you liked it.
I do. I like it very much.
And there's the lady telling me like, I'm sorry, dude. The thing ate your coin, and here is me in the curve, sitting down, crying. Why would you do this to me, lady? But anyways,
Smiling.
next video is gonna be really exciting. So until next time, this was my first game. Let us know what your first game was.
Well, see you guys later, and make sure to subscribe and tell us what your guys' first game was.
Yeah, and maybe we can play it
Well,
and see what we think.
yeah. Well, see you guys later. Bye.